Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched an anime scene so unbelievably beautiful, so full of color and emotion, that for a moment you forgot it was animation at all? A scene that didn't feel drawn, but alive. A moment where time slowed, your breath paused, and something inside you whispered, "This isn't just art. This is something deeper." Some scenes weren't just animated, they were painted straight into our souls. They stayed, even long after the episode ended. Today we dive into those moments, the ones that changed animation forever, the ones that prove that anime isn't just storytelling, it's emotion shaped into light, sound, and memory. So, take a deep breath, lean in, and let's step into worlds where drawings become miracles. The language of light. Light is one of the most powerful tools in animation. Not because we see it, but because we feel it. Light can speak without sound. It can make a scene warm and comforting like a childhood memory, or cold and heartbreaking like a goodbye you never wanted. It can turn simple drawings into something breathtakingly alive. Look at Your Name, especially the moment when Taki and Mitsuha finally meet between timelines during twilight. That sky doesn't look like normal sky. It looks like someone painted emotion across the clouds. The colors aren't random, they flow like feelings. Soft pink like innocence, glowing orange like hope, deep purple like longing that refuses to fade. They meet in the middle of it, standing between worlds, time, and fate. When their fingers almost touch, the world holds its breath. It doesn't feel like we're watching animation. It feels like we are standing there, on that mountain, under that impossible sky, praying they don't slip away from each other again. You can almost feel the cool wind running over your skin. You can almost hear the silence of the mountains. You feel destiny trying to connect two hearts that were never meant to meet, yet somehow did. And then we move to Vivi, Fluorite Eye's Song, a series that treats light not as decoration, but as emotion itself. Every scene glows with meaning. Metallic blues shimmer like artificial life trying to become real. Warm sunlight falls on Vivi's face like a moment of humanity she doesn't fully understand, yet longs for. Even destruction in Vivi is beautiful. Reflections in broken glass, neon lights shining in empty, quiet halls, the glow of hope inside chaos. Good animation doesn't use light just to show us what's happening. It uses light to gently guide our feelings, to lead us toward wonder, joy, sadness, or awe without ever needing a single word. Light becomes a language of its own, a silent voice speaking directly to the heart. Which anime scene made you pause and just stare? Tell us in the community poll and drop your favorite scene in the comments right now. Motion as emotion. If light is the soul of animation, then motion is the heartbeat. Movement breathes life into art. It turns still drawings into something that lives, fights, and feels. Great animation doesn't move just to look cool. It moves to tell a story through motion itself. Think about Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, the unforgettable duel between Rengoku and Akaza. That scene isn't just action, it's poetry made of fire. Every swing of Rengoku's flame katana creates trails of burning gold that paint the night sky. Sparks fly like falling stars. The camera spins and follows every movement, making us feel like we are standing inside the battle, not watching from the outside. Their speed is unreal, but their emotions are clear. Akaza moves like a snowfall in the dark, cold, fast, merciless. Rengoku moves like sunrise, bright, bold, unshaken. Two philosophies clash with every strike, strength without heart versus strength born from duty and love. And when the rhythm of battle finally slows, when Rengoku stands wounded but unbroken, time freezes. We see his breath, we see his smile. And we understand that motion wasn't just choreography, it was emotion. His final stance tells us everything. Even in defeat, his spirit burns. Now shift to Attack on Titan, final season. The ODM gear isn't just mechanical, it's freedom, fear, and adrenaline wrapped into one movement. The camera swings like a hawk diving across rooftops. Buildings become stepping stones, walls become highways of gravity. Every wire shot, every spin, every glide feels weightless and terrifying at the same time. Viewers don't just watch soldiers fly, we feel our stomach drop as if we're soaring beside them. Motion in anime, when done right, becomes the language of the heart. It tells stories faster than dialogue ever could. In those moments, we don't just see animation, we live inside it. Beauty through suffering. But beauty isn't only gentle. Sometimes the most unforgettable scenes are the ones carved from heartbreak, sacrifice, and tragedy. Pain can be cinematic, not because we enjoy sadness, but because suffering makes beauty feel real. It reminds us what it means to care. In Vivi, Fluorite Eye's song, the final episodes hit like a quiet hurricane. After fighting endlessly to protect humanity, Vivi stands in a world she failed to save. She sings, not to win, but to leave a mark. The stage is ruined, the future broken, yet she glows like a fragile star in darkness. Neon lights flicker like dying hope. Broken buildings shimmer in reflected blue. Like tears, the world itself is crying. It's tragic, yes, but breathtaking. Vivi's last song is beautiful because it hurts. And then we face Attack on Titan's rumbling, a scene both horrifying and stunning. Thousands of colossal titans march like mountains given life. The earth trembles, cities crumble like sand. The sky burns red-orange, like the world is being painted with fire instead of light. Despite the destruction, we cannot look away. It's cinematic terror, but the beauty lies in the weight of it. Not beauty in war, but beauty in scale, emotion, consequence. Every frame screams, this is the price of one man's pain. Suffering in animation becomes beautiful when it means something. When the loss carries love, when sacrifice has purpose, when the world breaks to show how fragile hope is. Because beauty is not always soft. Sometimes it's sharp, sometimes it scars, and we remember it forever. The moments that stayed with us. When we look back at scenes like these, glowing skies, heart-racing battles, tragedies that broke and rebuilt us, we realize something meaningful. We don't remember them just because they were animated well. We remember them because they touched something inside us. They left fingerprints on our emotions. Some frames don't fade even after years pass. They stay like embers, warm and unforgettable. Maybe your unforgettable moment was the twilight meeting from Your Name, where fate felt elastic enough to stretch across universes. Maybe it was Rengoku standing like a final flame that refused to be extinguished, smiling even when time itself seemed to freeze around him. Or maybe it was Vivi singing into the ruins of tomorrow, shining like the last fragile piece of hope in a world that was slipping away. Whatever your scene is, you remember it not just with your eyes, but with your heart. Animation becomes special when it gives us memories we never lived. It shows us sunsets we never stood beneath, wars we never fought, and heartbreaks we never experienced. Yet somehow, the feelings are real. It reminds us that art can be powerful enough to make us cry over characters who never existed, and smile over worlds we never touched. And now I want to hear your echo. I want you to think back to that one moment that left you staring at the screen long after it ended, the scene you still replay in your head even if you don't press rewind. Tell me which anime scene lives inside you. Share it in the comments below and see if someone out there felt the same way. You might be surprised how many hearts beat for the same memories. If this journey made you pause for even a second, if you felt warmth, nostalgia, or that tiny shiver down your spine, then stay. Don't let this be the last time we explore beauty like this together. Subscribe, keep watching, keep feeling, and keep returning as we uncover more artwork that moves us past reality and into something deeper.